Hello, family, friends, and fans. I'm Fletcher Rhoden, and this is I'm Possible Track by Track. It's part of the series Fletcher Rhoden Track by Track, where every 2 months or so, I pick up one of my albums and we go through it track by track on consecutive days. Now, I usually start with an overview. There'll be a link to the whole playlist on YouTube, and then with every analysis, I put a link to the song itself. Also free on YouTube, so you can hear the song and see if I'm right, even though I wrote the song. But you might have insights that you want to share. So feel free to comment. All right, we're in side two of this record. Highlights is the song we're going to analyze today. So, like the rest of the record, it's very upbeat, very forward looking. It's a song for young people. A lot of these songs skew young. They're not for I guess they're for people in their late 50s if you're looking looking at retirement. But generally, it's for the younger people. It's for that to capture that exuberance of optimism that comes from youth. Like my song "City of Eternal Spring," actually, or "Our Eternal Spring." The song is called "Our Eternal Spring" on the record "City of Eternal Spring," but it has that kind of youthful thing. Um, but this song highlights isn't meant to be ironic, like "Our Eternal Spring" is meant to be ironic. This one actually is meant to be. These are the highlights of our lives. We're young, we're free. It reminds me of Bruce Springsteen, kind of. Billy Joel, definitely. It's got a huge. The whole album has a real Billy Joel vibe, but this song in particular is a Billy Joel song, and I could also hear it on a Springsteen record. It's about being young and teenage, or free from the confines of the previous generations' expectations and so on. Notable, I think, for its guitar playing, which is quite restrained. That's something that I should have mentioned in the overview. I'm going to mention it here. Is that you know I just done quadrilogy, right? And I'm a guitar player. I'm a lead guitar player. So sometimes I like to just go Clapton. I like to just go Clapton from Cream, the good Clapton, and I like that. That's fun for me to let loose, to let it roar. For me, a guitar solo is like a high wire act, and I always improvise them. And always try to go as far as I can, as far as the song will let me go. And when I was doing quadrilogy, I actually played up a storm, right? And I listened to it, and I thought, this is a lot of guitar playing. I should tone it down. So I erased a lot of the guitar tracks and redid them with a more restrained sound. And I didn't like it. It didn't work. Quadrilogy is filled with, I mean, sometimes it did, but there were other things like the rock album in particular, Quadrilogy Rock, it's almost, I almost could have called it funk. And so much of that it wanted Prince on the guitar. It, you know, it didn't want George Harrison. It wanted Prince. It wanted Clapton in the Cream days. So I went back and I re-recorded a lot of those tracks again with more exuberance and more flash because it's what the music wanted. And I was right. That worked. But in doing these songs, I realized that these songs on this record, I'm Possible, they didn't want that. For this record, I wanted Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That's the guitarist that this album wanted. It didn't want Prince. It didn't want Clapton. It didn't want Jerry Garcia. These are my guitar, I wouldn't say heroes. Prince was never one of my guitar heroes at all. But I sure do Prince Up a Storm on Quadrilogy. Anyway, this record, I'm Possible, it's all much more like Heartbreakers. Much more my camp. So restrained, lyrical parts more than licks. You know, my friend Eva James, I played guitar for her, and she always had a less is more kind of advice for me on the guitar. And this time I thought of her while I was recording because it really is a less is more approach. It's just a different sound for a different kind of record experience. This isn't a guitar player's record. This is a songwriter's record. Quadrilogy Rock is a guitar player's record. But we'll talk about that another time, and we'll talk about another song on this record also at another time. Check out the song, the link is below. Check out the whole album. You can listen to it for free on YouTube or download it. Wherever you like to download your favorite music, you can download mine. All right, tune in to the next analysis, and until then, bye, Mary.